You know, Barbara, I really wish you wouldn't let this girl's ravings distress you so. If I were you, I wouldn't even give it a second thought.
Well, that's easier said than done. I have to admit, though, that Margo does seem a bit deranged. Listen, while you're at it, would you please tell me again how you came to be an advisor to Connie Wilson? Just run that by me again.
Well, as you know, she's Haley's aunt. And you know how fond I've always been of Haley. And she's also her guardian and has charge of her trust fund, which she's trying to increase by doing a little judicious investing.
Go on.
Oh, well, Connie had a choice. She could either take Haley and move back to Chicago, where she's from, and find someone to invest with there, or she could stay here and let Haley finish school in Oakdale. And, well, I suggested the latter. I introduced her to Stan Harper and suggested she invest Haley's trust fund with Stan, and that's what she did. I thought it was very sensible.
Seems that way.
That's just about all there is to it. I mean, I think Margo has carried this jealousy thing to its extreme. You know that for yourself.
Oh, do I?
Yes. Look, why are we wasting our time talking about that poor deluded girl or any of this?
Because some of what you're saying makes sense and some of it doesn't.
Well, darling, you just tell me which part doesn't, and I'll try to make it sensible for you.
James, I don't like stories tailored for my needs.
Who could that be?
I'll get it. Rick.
Hello, Barbara.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was waiting for a formal invitation, but one never came, so I thought I'd come myself. Thought it was high time I met my celebrated brother-in-law. Is he here?
Yes, come on in.
Thank you.
James, this is my brother, Rick Ryan.
Well?
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Simbeck. I guess I needn't say I've heard a great deal about you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, too.
So I think I was able to allay Barbara's suspicions about you, which had to be done right away. Whatever else happens, Barbara mustn't be upset.
Well, I wish people were that concerned about my moods.
Well, Barbara's a special case.
I suppose you're referring to the problem that James has been having with Margo Montgomery?
Oh, you know about that, do you?
Oh, yes, indeed.
How much do you know?
Well, I know that she was a former stable girl who worked for James, and I know that she walked in on James and me today while we were discussing business matters and proceeded to get hysterical for no discernible reason, except that possibly she was jealous. I mean, I can't think of any other excuse for that kind of behavior, can you?
Let me get this straight. Now, when Margo walked in on you, you were talking about business, nothing else.
Of course, nothing else. What do you mean, Stan?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to be sure that I understood. And now the next step is to make sure that Barbara understands.
Well, I hope so. I mean, heavens, I wouldn't want her to get the wrong impression.
Oh, certainly is nice. Sit down.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Well, I guess from what Barbara's told you, you probably don't approve of me. I guess I'm what you might call the black sheep of the family who lost his way. But I am trying to get back into the fold, as they say, and some people are willing to give me that chance. I do hope in time I'll be able to win you over, Mr. Stimbeck.
Rick, don't be so self-effacing. What he did was wrong, but everyone makes mistakes.
Don't minimize it, Barbara. What I did was very wrong. And I'm doing my best now to make up for it and get myself back on the right track again.
Well, I think that's very admirable. And everyone deserves a second chance.
Thank you. Here's to your good health.
Thank you.
How are things at the hospital, Rick?
Oh, I'm working very quietly, not expecting anything from anyone. As a matter of fact, I spoke to Dr. Howell about working with the fundraiser. I understand there's going to be a showing for the salon?
Well, yes, but that's going to be later on. Now we're going to have a private preview first. What are you going to be doing for it?
I'll be acting as a go-between for the hospital with you and Lisa.
Well, you certainly can put us down for a contribution.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't want to take advantage of your generosity, Mr. Stenbeck.
No problem.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, sir. I think I better be going. Thank you both for the drink.
You leaving so soon?
Yes, I don't want to intrude. I just wanted to meet your husband. He's very nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Next time when you come over, would you please call first?
Certainly, sis. I will call. Good night.
Good night, Rick. Is he for real?
Well, Rick is a little eccentric, but he tries very hard. What do you think of him?
Nice-looking young man. I'd like to get to know him better.
Well, I think you will have that opportunity because it looks like he's here to stay.
Yeah.
Getting back to the subject of earlier discussion, I don't know quite what to think about Margo, but I will tell you something. If we have one more incident like this, that'll be it. I'm going upstairs to change. Margo, would you just tell me what happened when I left you and Barbara alone in the salon? I mean, I saw her later and she looked really, perfectly awful.
It's because she is perfectly awful.
But what did you say to her?
I told her what I saw. James and Connie kissing each other.
Margo, are you sure that that's what they were doing?
Come on, cricket. Of course I'm sure. I've been around long enough to know what a kiss looks like when I see one. You know, I even have a dim recollection of what they felt like.
You could have been mistaken. Couldn't have you? Maybe it just looked like they were kissing.
It looked like they were kissing because that's what they were doing. They were kissing. Now, I can swear to it in a courtroom if you want me to. I really will. I swear they were kissing.
Why did you go back and tell Barbara? What did you hope to accomplish by that?
I thought she had a right to know. James seems to enjoy keeping her in the dark about so much of what he does. I'm just going to start shedding a little light on it for her.
Isn't that a little bit vindictive?
You don't think I have a right to be vindictive? I think I could get a patent on it.
Margo, let it go. Forget about James Stenbeck.
I love him. I love him. I can accept intellectually that he was kissing her. I still can't emotionally.
Don't you understand that there's no point in it anymore? Let him go.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, John.
How you doing, Cricket?
Okay.
You look like you just lost your best friend.
Well, I haven't.
No?
But I do have to go. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, even just because I came in.
No, I just have to go. Bye.
Okay. So long. What's that all about?
Sit down, I'll tell you. Well, something's happened. I don't understand it at all.
And I've been thinking about what you said about the divorce and how messy it could possibly get and everything.
Messy, oh, it's gonna be messy, all right.
Yeah, and I hate that. But it's become quite obvious that I can't avoid it. And I want this divorce from John, so I'm just going to have to accept that part of it.
Dee, are you sure? Going to court and everything.
Everything.
That's gonna be painful and ugly. John can be vindictive, you know.
You trying to talk me out of it now that you talked me into it?
No, I just don't want you going into this with any misconceptions about what you're gonna be facing.
Tom, how could I do that? I've been through this whole courtroom scene, remember?
There's something else, you know. He could win. But if you're certain, If you're absolutely sure,
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
I'm sure, I'm certain. Listen, before we start any of this, though, I want to go and I want to talk to John again. And I'm going to see if he can avoid this courtroom, if at all possible.
Terrific. Sounds like a fantastic idea. If you get John to go along with us and grant an uncontested divorce, it's going to save a lot of wear and tear on both of us.
I'm going to try. But, you know, John.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do.
Well, you're really something, I must say. You know, this thing is going to make you sick. It's becoming an obsession with you. It has become an obsession with you. This guy Stenbeck is a first-class rat. Drop him. Get rid of him. Find yourself somebody else.
No, I don't want anybody else.
You mean there's not another rat in Christendom that will match your standards?
You can joke about it as much as you want to. It's not going to change how I feel.
I'm beginning to realize that. Listen, kiddo, this is becoming an obsession with you. How much is it going to take? You're going to let him trample all over you like this forever? What is it going to take? You're going to have to find him with 5 other women? Even then, you'll say, that's popularity. That's not promiscuity.
I am sorry I told you. It's just something else for you to be sarcastic about.
And even if you hadn't told me, would it have changed the facts?
Well, they are business associates. Could have had something to do with that.
Oh, for crying out
Oh, really? Isn't it a
loud.
possibility that just because I caught the two of them kissing, that it could have been meaningless?
Meaningless, huh?
Yeah, you know, a business gesture to seal an agreement.
And whatever happened to the good old firm American handshake?
Or she could have just jumped up and kissed him impulsively to thank him for something he'd done for her.
You know, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, anything is possible here. Perhaps he was giving her a kiss in case she ever decides to leave town. Let's do the whole hog here. What else could she be kissing him for? Perhaps she wanted to turn him into a toad or something like that.
I just don't know what to do.
You are. I'll tell you what to do. Give him up.
That's simple. Give him up.
Give him up.
Do you want me to give James up? You give up D.